Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Janaha. Sri Ramakrishna is continuing regarding this universe. It has come from God. It is God. He wants to. Rama's example he gives, going to Vashishta, his father, afraid of Rama renouncing. And here Sri Ramakrishna is bringing that incident, that what is renounced before realizing God. He understands while coming round from Samadhi, oh, all this is God. As a world he renounced, and worldliness, the Prana Krishna, the question the Mukherjee is asking is, Sir, what is the difference between worldly and otherworldly things? Otherworldly is one word. Otherworldly things. So Ramakrishna is explaining that point. Renunciation is needed up to that. And here in that context, Sri Ramakrishna is continuing, buttermilk is made from the same substance as butter. One who realizes this knows that butter goes with buttermilk and buttermilk with butter. After separating the butter with great effort, that is to say, after attaining Brahmajnana, you will realize that as long as butter exists, buttermilk also must exist. Wherever there is butter, there must be buttermilk as well. As long as one feels that Brahman exists, one must also be aware that the universe, living beings, and the 24 cosmic principles exist as well. The essence is taken away. Essence is known. When so many ornaments made up of gold, ornaments of varieties, it may be in the form of a building, a sword with a man, all these things, so many things, you may be seeing a variety of things. So many things are made up of gold and kept. One cart is there, one chair is there, man is sitting, moving about, all made up of gold. A story as if is built up there. Most of the people start seeing the whole aspect, the story as if. But a goldsmith comes and sees only how much of gold is there. What is that? Essence is gold, the name and form are immaterial. Gold is there in some form or other. It cannot be out of form, without form. As a biscuit or a block or a something, it has form. But the essence is, it is all gold. So, as long as gold is there, there is form, but form is immaterial. When you know it is gold, when it's covered with something also, when you know it is gold, all differences dissolve. Good, bad, all the differences dissolve when you know the content is same. A bad man is depicted out of gold. Same gold, with same gold, another man, good man is made. Both, when you know it's gold, it doesn't matter whether it's good man or bad man made up of gold. So the whole thing is to know that whatever exists is God. What Brahman is cannot be described in words. Everything has been polluted like food that has touched the tongue. Defiled. That is, everything has been described in words, but no one has been able to describe Brahman because an unseen object. There are many things which cannot be described through words. For example, love. What is love? Cannot be described through words. But it can be conceived through mind. Mind conceives what is love. It has taken already form in the mind as love. It has taken this, what is Brahman? Because there is no time and space. Here, though it is abstract, it falls within the realm of the time and space and causation, law of causation, cause and effect. From effect, you can know he is loving, he is a loving person. From effect, cause and effect, from behavior, from his dealings, we can understand what love could be. Though it is abstract, you cannot draw what is love. You can draw a heart, but you cannot draw what is love. So, though it's abstract but can be conceived, what is beyond time, space and causation mind cannot conceive. Intellect cannot discern, understand. Senses can never see, of course. Here the problem comes, even the abstract things can be conceived, but not Brahman. Beyond Vang Manatita. That's very good indeed. But knowledge of Brahman but no one has been able to describe Brahman. It is therefore unpolluted. I said to Vidyasagar and he was delighted. Everything is expressed through mouth. Now long back, I was in Nasik for my Chaturmasya, 4 months I used to sit in a year exclusively in contemplation. I was there in one house sitting for 4 months and undisturbed. 2-3 times a day they will give me food. The rest of the time I spend in contemplation. After the term is over, I was taken to a school of dumb and deaf. They are deaf, so they are dumb also. Language is not there. And so many students, the way in which they were asking questions and the teacher was putting the question, they will do everything through the hand signs. The leader and all these terms, past, future, all these things, the time concept, the place concept, all things they bring out through signs in silence. As if, and language also, they keep the hand movements by which ABCD are alphabets are depicted. So one girl, she was in ninth standard, ninth grade here. So she asked, what is love? Where, where love started? How did the love start? In the creation. I was surprised. The dumb girl is asking, when did the love start in the universe? How did the love emerge in the universe? To make her understand, teacher has to understand. Teacher alone can convey in their language what it means, in the dumb's language. Then I told, no, the love never originated after the creation came. Creation came out of love. Love and sacrifice are the basis on which the universe emerges. The last, when the universe merges, or we sleep, the last, all my powers of seeing, moving, talking, thinking, all merge as pure love, ripples of love in my own existence. Like that, when the whole universe dissolves, it gets converted into energy, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, which are aspects of Chit Shakti, and merges in the Chidatma, the Chaitanya, ocean of consciousness, ocean of Satchidananda. And it becomes Aparanada, then it becomes Paranada, and then slowly becomes waves like motion, and ripples, as ripples of love, it merges. And again, after a long time, equal to the time the world has existence in the as universe, again the pulsation begin in the absolute existence where there is no duality, in the Satchidananda Sagara, one without a second. In that slowly throbbing pulsations begin, and the ripples again begin. The ripples of separation from the absolute of the Chit Shakti, the power of consciousness, from power, consciousness itself. As love, she separates and condenses, again becomes Aparanada, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, the whole universe appears. Again it is all, again it appears. Srishti Tithi Pralaya cycle is going on and on, endlessly. It takes millions of years to reach the optimum, again to collapse and go back. But it, in a cyclic way, it goes on happening. So this aspect, from love it begins. And as love, the universe merges. And this, the teacher went on explaining for about 40 minutes to that girl. Again question, again doubt. And finally, she could, a dumb girl studying in 7th grade and could, 9th grade, could clearly understand what love is without words. But what Brahman is cannot be told. The thought what Brahman is also doesn't appear. We hear from scriptures alone a thing called Brahman exists, a transcendental realm exists, that's all. So we see the Brahman cannot be explained through words. It is therefore unpolluted. But the knowledge of Brahman cannot be realized if the aspirant is worldly minded, even in the slightest degree. He succeeds in acquiring this knowledge only when his mind is totally free from woman and gold. He even the slightest degree of worldliness is there, a small desire, suppose, of a taste, wants to eat something, a small desire. Sri Ramakrishna says a desire to have a sweet meat may obstruct his realization. To that slightest amount, says no, it is not possible. And he succeeds in acquiring this knowledge only when the mind is totally free from woman and gold. The two important possessions. One, objects that we possess, and one we enjoy. See, I, mine. These are one part of the play. And then I want to enjoy. Desire for enjoyment. These two make the whole play I, mine, and for me. Now the possessions make me intensely body. Enjoyments make me intensely body. I possess, this is mine. It is preserving my bodily existence. I want to enjoy. Kartritva, bhoktritva, jnatritva belongs to ego. This ego, in ego there is the enjoyership. Ego. And ego is I possess. From I emerges mine. This is mine. This mine, I, the ego, which has the enjoyership, and it preserves the I, which is identifying with bodily existence. When these dissolve, the body awareness immediately gets screened, and I can peep into the spiritual existence. Once you know, you are free. Just to know who am I. I wake up as body. I sleep leaving that body and mind. I don't have any, world is not there for me when I sleep. Nothing is there. So this withdrawal, this projection, that who is projecting, that bondage being released from all bonds. What am I seeking? Bliss, unending bliss, absolute peace that never parts from me. I want eternal bliss, eternal peace, and eternal freedom. These things you cannot have as body. This is the aim to get. All things will disappear. Our bodily existence all will disappear. It's a matter of few days play. A child is born, a child is dead. This is all happens. So this within that period, what all has happened. So this identity with the body, and identity body is preserved through the possession and enjoyments. That's why it is said, addressing Mr. Mukherjee, Sri Ramakrishna said, you are rich and still you call on God. That's very good indeed. It is said in Gita that those who fall from the path of yoga are born in the next birth as devotees of God in rich families. That is identifying, is with all riches, huge riches. The moment money comes into the picture, the game is spoiled. anybody's life you see, the moment money comes in hand, irresistibly they run after enjoyments. They don't know how to use. You can see anybody possessing money, they don't cook at home. At least, though they cook at home and eat, they are very often they will have food outside. The moment they get a leisure, they start going for sightseeing and all. The money creates the whole thing, turns his, the same money can be used in so many ways. Just if he remembers, if he did not have money, if he was a beggar, or if he was something where he has no possessions, if he did not have money, he cannot go. Can I remain when money comes like that? Can I remain still a lover of God, lover of humanity with all my riches? So here, how did that samskara came? When riches come, it is natural that he runs after the world because he has riches. He can buy anything he wants. He can enjoy anything. So he can go anywhere. That freedom is there. That position is there. And with all that, if a man doesn't go towards the enjoyments or possessions, if he is with all things, he is devoted to where from these samskaras came. That with all this he is calling on God. This here, Sri Ramakrishna gives last lives. Yoga Brashta Abhijayate. Yoga Brashta, he could not finish his sadhana because of some deviation. Either the life has expired, or there was an accident, or serious sickness came that he is not able to do any more sadhana, or some desires possessed him and he went away. For any reason that he could not finish the sadhana, but he was in a sincere aspirant struggling for attaining God. When he dies without attaining, what happens to him? Arjuna asks this question and Krishna answers. He will be, nothing will, the spiritual practices, all that he has done without attaining, if he dies, will all that get destroyed? Arjuna is asking Krishna. Krishna says, no, it will not be destroyed. It will still remain with him, and his next birth will be in the yoginamapi, in the life of, in a family of who are great spiritualists. They are moving in the spiritual path. They are spiritual attainers. There is a lamp of realization and knowledge and devotion that is flowing in the family. Such a yogis family wherein all are directly linked to God. In that family he will be born, or he will be born in a family of richness, but of purity, divinity, compassion, all these great qualities. In those, Sri Ramakrishna identifies, being a rich, if you are able to think of God constantly, pray and aspire for God realization, that means you have been the sadhaka who could not finish, and this life God has given all these riches for you not to worry about anything, either family or this, that, and you have the past life's devotion, that love of God, the way in which you are struggling, all this come into existence. I will read that paragraph again. But knowledge of Brahman, to Mukherjee, Sri Ramakrishna said, you are rich and still you call on God. That's why, that's very good indeed. It is said in Gita that those who fall from the path of yoga are born in their next birth as devotees of God in rich families. Mr. Mukherjee quoted the line from Bhagavad Gita. Because they are all knowers of scriptures. Master, God, if He so desires, can keep a jnani in the world too. The world and all living beings have been created by His will, but He is self-willed. God, if He desires so, can keep a jnani in the world too. The world and all living beings have been created by His will, but He is self-willed. Mukherjee with a smile. How can God have any will? Does He lack anything? Here the Sri Ramakrishna is telling jnani means there are two aspects of jnanis. One who has realized soul is also called jnani. One who has viveka and vairagya and not yet attained God is also called jnani. The jnani is discriminative jnani, is attained jnani. Jnana is what it reveals. Now, this when Sri Ramakrishna says he can keep the jnani, it is not the one who has discriminative power of jnani. It is enlightened soul. For various purposes. God may want others to be guided by Him. Maybe He has to live an exemplary life for some people. For some reason, if God keeps him in the world, it's through His will. Though He is totally free from all karmas, He is an enlightened soul, He is Brahmajnani also. He is free, nothing can bind him. Still God can keep him in the world for a definite purpose. It is fulfilling the God's will. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.